The next time you download an app on your smartphone, it could have a Northwest connection.
It's one of the most popular apps around, and it was created right here in the Northwest. Hear from its creator and just how popular it is.
Meantime, if you have an iPhone, you no doubt have a lot of apps or applications. Many of them were developed here in the metro area. In fact, one app in particular is one of the iPhone's top apps from last year. News Channel 8's business reporter Joe Smith gets us dialed in. Joe?
Well, Joe, at last count, there are some 110,000 iPhone apps. Many are free, many just for fun, and some just ridiculous. But some have a real practical use, and several created by Avatron Software in Vancouver are paying off. Dave Howell started the company just a year and a half ago. He's created apps since the late 80s, and when the iPhone debuted a few years ago, he couldn't pass up the chance to create for the iPhone. Now, the first was Air Sharing, using the iPhone as a wireless hard drive to transfer documents between the iPhone and your desktop. It was first introduced in 2008.
For 2 weeks, we gave the app away for free, and during those 2 weeks, it was the #1 top downloaded app in the App Store.
That's 1 million downloads. After 2 weeks, the company started charging for the app for just $6.99, and in the first day, they had 13,000 downloads. In the company's short history so far, they've made $1 million. By the way, the Air Sharing app is on sale today, but just today at $2.99. Coming up at 6:30, a look at some of the other apps the company's created, from basketball training to yoga. Back to you.
Aren't they clever? I guess. Thank you, Joe.
Talking on it is the least of it. How a Portland area software company has created one of the iPhone's most popular apps. From a stopwatch to a calorie counter to online banking and so much more, how a local company is making its mark in the iPhone app world.
For 2 weeks, we gave the app away for free, and during those 2 weeks, it was the #1 top downloaded app in the App Store.
And it's just beginning for a Northwest software company getting dialed in for iPhone apps. That tops tonight's Your Money, Your Business.
Here is News Channel 8 business reporter Joe Smith.
And good evening, Laurel and Tracy. Anyone with an iPhone, it seems, has an insatiable appetite for apps, from the practical to the novel to the ridiculous. Several Portland area companies are creating apps, but one is a standout. Last year, Avatron Software in Vancouver had one of the top iPhone applications, and there was only one man who was apt to do it.
Magazines write about them, websites compare them. At last count, there are some 110,000 iPhone applications.
I knew I had to do that because it's the coolest little device, you know, this big.
Dave Howell helped create apps for Apple several years ago. The chance to reconnect was too good to pass up. He started Avatron a year and a half ago, now a company of 7 with 3 software engineers, creating what they think is apropos for the iPhone.
First thing we did was start making a list of every kind of app we could think of that we might want to be able to write.
A list of 60 down to 10.
Which ones of those are strategic fits, technological fits, and marketing fits?
The company's first app was Air Sharing.
We wrote it in about 3 months, and it was accepted within 2 weeks. It lets you mount your iPhone as a wireless hard drive on your desktop computer.
The files can be emailed or printed from the iPhone. In the first 2 weeks, Air Streaming was downloaded 1 million times.
It was the #1 top downloaded app in the App Store.
It helped that Apple used Avatron's app icon in ads. From free to fee, the first day for pay, there were 13,000 downloads, now selling in 80 countries, and helping the company to bring in $1 million in its first year.
I'll touch the camera button here.
Another practical app is Whiteboarder, capturing whiteboard presentations to email or print. But so far, it's not a top seller.
Very few, actually. Whiteboarder has not been a smash success.
Avatron has also partnered with other companies to produce video-based apps, from basketball lessons to yoga. So far, the company creates apps only for the iPhone. But with the introduction of the Google Nexus smartphone this week, that could be an aptitude test.
We're always watching, and we're going to see if there's an opportunity there that's worth developing for.
Avatron will be moving its headquarters from Vancouver to Portland this February. And so far, according to Pinch Media, since October of last year, iPhone apps have generated some $900 million for software developers. Also in Your Money, Your Business tonight, Apple just released an app milestone, and they reached it. It's now sold 3 billion applications for its iPhone and iPod Touch devices. That's in the 18 months since the App Store opened. There's no breakdown of how many were free versus paid ones. Despite its apps and mystique, the iPhone still trails BlackBerry smartphones in sales by almost 2 to 1.